How come nobody told me I forgot to blend this contour beneath my lip? To my channel. My name is Corie. If you are new here, I am a family and consumer sciences high school teacher, but I love all things beauty and lifestyle, so you get a little bit of everything here on my channel. Today we are doing this beautiful neutral glam brown smoky eye. Technique for this smoky eye is actually pretty simple. We even put a little bit of shimmer on the lower lash line. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I'm so happy with how this look turned out, you guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Let's get right on in. Let's go. So I obviously already have my eyebrows on. We are going to start by priming the eye. Still working on using up my Makeup Forever eye primer. I'm almost done. I do like this stuff. It's very silicone-y, so sticks really well, but it's really smooth. Other shadows go really well over the top of it. So I'm using my Laura Mercier loose translucent powder to set that eye primer. I used this in my last makeup tutorial as well. Well, not this exact palette, but this brand I'm really digging lately. The name of the brand is Alter Ego. Last tutorial I used the Aurora palette. Today we're using the Sahara palette with just a fluffy brush. We're gonna go with the shade Adobe, which is right here. It's just kind of a light transition shade. And the good part about a smoky eye is that it can be a little bit messy. So with my transition shade, since I have hooded lids, I always try to go a lot higher than you would think. And I'm going a little bit heavier on my inner corner as well. So now that I've done that, I'm going to take the shade Fox. This is gonna be our lid shade. A nice deep color. Start close, and I'm just gonna kind of slap it on there. Make sure to get a lot of pigment. And luckily that is not hard to get with the Alter Ego shades. They're really easy to get that with. Now I'm gonna go back to this light fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with this light orangey shade called Plains, and I'm gonna use that to blend out the Fox shade. So I'm taking the Fox shade all the way up to the crease and then blending it out with the Plains shade. The idea of a smoky eye is to kind of bring all of your shades down underneath. I have to do my concealer before I do my lower lash line, so we will get there. I'm gonna use the shade Sands to highlight my brow bone. Now, if you have this palette and you're wanting to use this for the entire eye look, I would use the shade Jewel, which is this nice shimmery shade right here. But I was wanting to use my Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadow in the shade Smoke, so I'm going to use that. I'm gonna take a super tiny brush. I'm going to spray it with MAC Fix Plus. So I started that in the center of my eye, and then just to kind of get the most pigment right there. And then I'm working it towards the inner corner. And so I'm pretty much covering the entirety of my lid with that shimmery shade. I'm going back to that dark brown shade that we used, and I'm just kind of touching that up. I'm still using the flat shader brush, but I'm just kind of pushing that into the outer corner and in the crease area, just so that we don't completely lose that shade. And that is it for the eyes. I'm not gonna do liner. I just want the eyeshadow to stand on its own. So now let's move on to the skin. I'm going to use my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. Now, since this is just like open like this, I'm pretty careful about spreading bacteria, so I always use a clean brush to apply it. So I'm using my Makeup Forever HD foundation today. I have loved this foundation for so long. Like, this is an OG product. Like, back in the OG YouTube days, this was one of those foundations that people, like the bougie YouTubers, had this foundation. Can you guys ever tell, like, hey, it's time to exfoliate based on how your foundation goes on? Because that's how I always know, yep, it's time for like a skincare self-care day because of how my foundation goes on. What I really like about this foundation is it's pretty medium coverage. It's not super full coverage, so it's not super cakey. That it is just a little bit buildable. For concealers for my face, just to cover up any blemishes, acne scars that you can still see through my foundation, I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Concealer. And for underneath my eyes, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I posted on my Instagram about a couple of the Ordinary products that I've been using to fade my acne scars. I really like how that's been turning out. Back to my Laura Mercier powder, just setting underneath the eye. Now I'm going to my NYX Wonder Stick in medium tan. I really put my contour pretty high on my cheekbones. I put my contour pretty high on my cheekbones because as I'm tapping it out to blend it, it naturally kind of goes a little bit farther down. Now I'm going to take my NARS Final Cut blush. This is just such a good all-around blush for any makeup look. And now that we have that, I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Profusion highlight in the shade 02. I'm very close to using this up, but I'm excited to try something new afterwards. I love highlighter. That's probably one of my favorite makeup products. I'm gonna go back to the Sahara palette. With my fluffy brush, I'm going to mix Camel and Fox. So just a lighter shade and a darker shade. I'm gonna run that underneath my eye and kind of bring it up to connect it with our upper shade. And it's okay if it comes down pretty far, like this is a smoky eye, it's supposed to look grungy. Now I'm gonna go back to my shimmery, and you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I promise it's all gonna be worth it. With that tiny brush and the shimmery shade, the smoke shade, I am going to just put that shimmery right up close to my lash line. I'm actually gonna go into my Naked Heat palette. I'm gonna take a very small, dense, fluffy brush and just the lightest shade in the palette, which is just like a shimmery, creamy white color. You can use whatever you have on hand. And I'm just going to put that in my inner corner. It just adds a little pop. For a second, I thought I had not been recording this entire time. Just like that. And again, we're not gonna do eyeliner. I think I'm gonna skip lashes today. You could absolutely do lashes with this look. It would look great. I'm just gonna skip it for today. And instead, we're gonna go with my CoverGirl Lash Blast mascara on the lower lashes and my Buxom Lash Mascara on the top. I'm gonna use a MAC lip liner in the shade Oak, which needs a bit of a sharpen. Just a very neutral nude. How come nobody told me I forgot to blend this contour beneath my lip? I don't overline my lips or anything. I just topped it with a Becca lipstick in the shade Dusk. I would run to the Becca website if you like this color because Becca is going out of business, sadly. They have a lot of really great products, and I think that just shows what the pandemic has done. Wow, I am so thrilled with how this look came out. I have not played with like shimmers and just like a really pretty neutral glam eye. I haven't done that in a really long time. I'm really happy with how it turned out. If you decide to try any rendition of this look, please tag me on Instagram. I have it here. I've probably had it throughout the video, and I will have a link to my Instagram in the description box. Please also give me a follow if you have not already. While you're here, if you enjoyed this makeup look, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave me a comment. I really enjoy reading your comments, and it's kind of discouraging when you put a lot of work into a video and you don't get any comments. So I hope you guys have an excellent week. Be safe. Love you all, and I will see you next week. Bye!